Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around the globe. You know, it's certainly a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning to get up and get those things done. You know, frame your day. I always tell you this, y'all, frame your day. You know, it's so very important when you could get up early in the morning and before you start your day. Just get in that mirror and repeat those affirmations and speak over yourself. Speak to yourself. You know, I do this on a daily basis. And not only in the morning, you know, sometimes, yo, in the afternoon, you got to jumpstart yourself because, you know, I'm an early riser. I wake up early in the morning. And by the afternoon, you know, after I've finished my appointments, I finish what I'm doing, working on, sometimes I find myself, you know, getting drained. So, you know, after a power nap, because sometimes I just sit back, you know, in my chair and I take a power nap, maybe 15, 20 minutes, you know, take a power nap. But, you know, I'm never really sleeping that hard because all the while my mind is constantly going, you know, constantly going, thinking on things. And I'm gonna tell you, that's the best time for me when I get ideas, you know, when I'm asleep or when I'm just sitting back trying to relax. That's the best time for me. And I'm just saying that this is for me, this is how it works. You know, I've been up since 4 this morning. I got ideas and I got up and I wrote those things down because, you know, you just can't leave it to chance where you're going to remember it when when you get up in the morning. So I got up and I wrote those things down, and those things I'm going to implement today. But, you know, get up in the morning and frame your day. Speak those affirmations. And if you feel like, you know, during the day that you're feeling kind of drained or whatever, you know, speak to yourself again. You know, I am an overcomer. You know, I am, you know, a winner. I am prosperous. I am that award-winning book writer. I am, you know, that Fortune 500 company. Whatever it may be, whatever, you know, that you are dreaming about, whatever you are visualizing, you know, start speaking it. Speak it out. And not only speak it out, write it out. You know, write it out. And, you know, there's tons of information in the archives of this show if you want to go back and, you know, refresh yourself. But, you know, these are some of the things that, you know, help you along the way. Because, you know, every day might not be, you know, really super day where you feel like it. Some days, y'all, you got to jumpstart yourself. Some days you wake up in the morning and you feel like, you know, do I have to get up out of bed? Do I have to do this? You know, now let's be real. We all human, right? We all human. I can't tell you that every day that I get up, that, you know, I want to do what I want to do. Not because of me personally, but because maybe my body's tired, y'all. Maybe I had a long night before. Maybe I had an early morning. So whatever that may be to you, hey, you got to work with it, okay? You got to work with it. Don't give up. Be encouraged. You know, be encouraged because those treasures, those gems that you have on the inside of you, somebody's waiting for that. Somebody's waiting for the expert in you to show up. Now, will you show up for them today? Will you show up for them today? You're not insignificant. You're not just sitting somewhere in a corner of a certain part of the world, you know, a certain city, a certain neighborhood. You are somebody. Somebody's waiting on the goods that you have. Whether that's a message in your book, okay, that will do somebody a great amount of, give somebody a great amount of value, or a product or service. But there's something special about you. You are unique and wonderfully made. And don't ever forget that you are designed for a specific purpose. Now, will you show up? Will you show up and display what you have on the world stage. And with that being said, let me introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. Excuse me. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. Stop leaving money on the table, ladies. Stop leaving money on the table, gentlemen. Stop leaving money on the table. Just stop, just thinking that this is all. There's nothing, there's nothing else that I should reach for. There's so much more. So just don't stop there, thinking that, this is all there is for me, because it's not. And if you ever have felt, there's something more for me. Now let's ask this question. Have you ever felt this? That there's something more for me, but you just don't know how to reach it. And you're not completely at ease. There's no peace there. You just can't put your hands on it. But you find yourself constantly searching, constantly trying to see if this is it or that's it, whether it's physically or whether it's in your mind. I've known people who have moved from city to city. And you hear this term, from time to time. Oh, let me go move here to Arizona, for example. A couple of years later, they're moving to Texas. Maybe 10 years down the line, they're moving to Minnesota, or whatever the case may be, because they're trying to find themselves. When at the time being, it's not, the location that's going to bring them that fulfillment or that fill that void. It's within themselves. Disunity within themselves. And how many of you, it might even be you, okay, have gone through this or know somebody who has, expressed themselves this way? And they're constantly searching. They're constantly looking. And that's going to go with this subject today. Velocity of a sound mind. And why did I choose that topic? Velocity of a sound mind. That's the swiftness, the rapid movement. You see, when you're on your design pathway, when you're walking down to accomplish those goals, to reach your ultimate goal, there is rapidness, okay? There is something that happens. You're supposed to enjoy this journey. Your journey is not supposed to be one of, not enjoyment, because let me tell you, life is a vapor, okay? Life is a vapor. So learn how to enjoy, your journey. Learn how to enjoy life. And I'm not talking about situations and circumstances, okay? Those things will come. But there's ways to deal with those things. For the most part, there's more good days than bad, y'all. There's more good days than bad. Don't, just base your whole life on what has happened, that was negative in your life. And try to put value on that or validate yourself or, thinking that that's you. It's just something that you went through. It's a situation or a circumstance. Now, who best can tell it like you could tell it? Because you've been through it. You've been through it. On my website, I talk about turning your knowledge into dollars. Just think how much you know that you don't even realize you know. So the velocity of a sound mind, the swiftness, the rapid motion, the rapid movement, when you are stable, stability of mind. I believe it's United Negro College Fund that has, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I'm going to tell you, if you know how to use your mind properly, it will work for you. But if you allow yourself to just listen to anything and be in all these conversations, all this foolishness is what I call it, and take these things in and absorb it, you're doing yourself a disservice. You really are. And I could go deep into this. I could really go deep, but time will not allow on this platform. Okay? Because that would take up many hours to go really deep into the mind. The mind is a very powerful tool. And if you understand how to work it, it will work together for your good. And you'll begin to see things in a whole different aspect. A whole different aspect. That's something that, I used to do. I used to allow myself to, just listen to all sorts of things. And then I stopped. Okay? Because it was allowing things to come into my mind that I would concentrate on. And if you concentrate on something long enough, it's going to come to affect your belief system. So I had to learn how to separate myself from things that wasn't adding to my journey in order to reach my goals. And that's a whole separate teaching. You have to learn how to dismiss those things. You have to learn how to separate from those things. Because after all, we're talking about the velocity of a sound mind. Your stability, your mind stability matters. Now, yesterday I talked about wisdom, okay? I said wisdom is the principal thing. But with all that get an understanding, okay? Once you have an understanding, now you're able to see. Now you're able to see. Otherwise, you could talk to your blue, black, green, and blue in the face to somebody. And if they don't understand, they simply can't see. They cannot see that something is detrimental to them. They can't see it. They have to understand. Understanding opens up a person's sight. So now they're able to see. And it's so very important, okay? Discernment, understanding, insight, awareness to make qualified decisions. And why people don't make qualified decisions? Because they don't have stability of mind. There's no stableness in their mind. They over here one day, they over there the next day. Just like I said, if you don't know what your purpose is, if you don't know your audience, the audience that you call to, if you don't know, that design pathway that you're on, if you're not accepting your uniqueness, you're going to listen to anything. Okay, maybe this is the way. Somebody over here, they're selling this. Okay, they're telling you about this program. So you're going to go over there. You try it out. 3 months later down the line, you're jumping over here. Somebody's talking about something else. And you just don't know who you are. You just don't know who you are. Before I learned better, I used to argue with people, trying to get them to see the point. And actually, I was wasting my time. I was wasting my time. I wanted them to get it so bad. But I failed to realize they didn't understand. And not until they understood could they see it for themselves. Right now, currently, I have a student making all the wrong decisions. Okay? But glad that this student enrolled in this course. My course that I'm talking about, okay? With the confidence, self-esteem. Because If I didn't know better, it would have me thinking another way. And let me break that down what I'm talking about, okay? Without going into personal information, because that's something that I don't do, okay? But hearing something that this person said, and then in another conversation, they said something totally different. And I asked them about it. Oh, that didn't happen. What you mean it didn't happen? You said it. Well, no, that didn't happen. But it wasn't just me it was told to. It was told to 20 other people who were in the room also. You see, talking about stability in mind. And that plays a lot. That has a lot to do with somebody who says that they feel like they're an author, okay, to write this message. Or they feel like they're this entrepreneur to create this product or service. And then they jumped the wagon, okay? They jumped off that bandwagon or that wagon, and they jumped on another bandwagon, okay? They're doing something totally opposite. We're going to have to, get some discipline in the mind. And that's what I'm going to break down today to show you the velocity of a sound mind. Because many of you are wasting a lot of time and a lot of energy just going around the merry-go-round, just existing without really knowing who you are and what you called to do. When you could be making money, because like I said, with 63,000 Google searches every second of every day of people looking for information that you said that you're the expert in, and they're waiting for you to write that book, produce that product or that service with money in hand, and you have yet to show up. Leaving money on the table, y'all. Leaving money on the table. That's why we have this program, Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. You don't even realize who you are and how much value that's inside of you with all of those treasures and those gems. But let's dive into this, okay? Let's dive into this. I thank you all for, hanging out here with me today on this segment of Turning Your Profit into Passion Morning Show. And I thank you for being out there in the audience. I really appreciate you, for showing up. The first one I want to talk about is acceleration. The velocity of a sound mind. Velocity has to do with speed, rapid motion. It has to do with that swiftness, okay? To move into that vision, that plan, that vision that you have written down, right? Have you written your vision down? And it allows you to see. So now you're able to move. Now you're able to see, the movement of whatever that is that you're working on in order to achieve that ultimate goal or to reach that next benchmark. There's acceleration. There's power to flow because it's not supposed to be choppy on this journey, whether it's a writing journey or an entrepreneurial journey, whatever that journey is, okay? Or whatever it is that you call to do, leader, whatever it is you call to do, there's supposed to be a flow, okay? Flow, a complete flow. And like I said, it's not saying that things won't try to come to invade your flow, but now you'll know how to, use those things, those obstacles as a stepping stone or a launching pad to, dive you deeper into whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're doing. but an acceleration, a power to flow, to push those things out of the way, to disintegrate those things. Okay? Stability, velocity of a sound mind. Stability matters, especially when outside forces come to attack you and try to have you, how would I say this? Do things according to their way, the way they see it. No, this is your vision. This is your baby. You see it. Okay? You know how it goes. If you're true to your vision, you shouldn't allow, not saying that you can't take, advice from people, but good advice from just advice, or people trying to cause you to be a copycat. That's the things that will cause, when you're true to your vision, when you're walking in this power to flow, it's going to cause that disintegration of those outside forces or those outside things that come to knock you off of your course, knock you off of your pathway, to cause confusion. You have to be stable in your mind, y'all. It's very, very important. Because if you don't have stability in your mind, author, entrepreneur, you're going to be caught away with every wind of doctrine, anything somebody says. You first have to be stable. And it's not saying that, if you're out there writing a book right now, or you already open your business or whatever, I commend you for that. I'm not telling you to stop, but I'm telling you, get your mind together. It's very important. Get your mind together. Work on you. How can you work on somebody else if you're not stable in your mind? If you're jumping from here to there to everywhere, how are you going to tell me where to go, what to do, if you're not stable? You can't take anybody where you haven't been. But if you've been there, you certainly could take them there. Okay? Acceleration, momentum. Okay? Momentum. It gives you that drive. It gives you that energy to keep moving forward. Okay? When you have that sound mind, you're going to keep moving forward. Like I say, it's all these things I'm talking about. It's an energy. It's a push. Okay? It's pushing those things out of the way, disintegrating those things. It's allowing you to leap over things. It's allowing you to not pay attention to things that don't matter. Okay? Not to enter into those arguments when that person don't understand. Don't even go there. It's allowing you to protect your ears from what you hear, to not dilute. Okay? Not dilute what you're working on. Not having you second guess. And I'm going to talk about that a bit later. In spite of the roadblocks, you're going to move on. You're going to move on in spite of those roadblocks. The next one I want to talk about is stability. Okay? It keeps your mind from wandering. How many hours a day? And I'm not going to even say minutes. But how many hours a day, y'all, do you daydream about just nothing? Just nothing. Just allowing your mind to just run wild. There has to be some discipline. There has to be. Velocity of a sound mind. Sound, stability. Okay? Even with that standing guard over your mind. By not allowing things to come into your ears or even before your eyes. Giving you that courage to stand. Giving you that courage to turn off that TV or, that social media page or whatever it may be. Or even somebody who's talking. I have a way that if I'm in a room or a situation where maybe I can't leave or I can't get up or whatever, you know, if there's a situation like that, sometimes you get in a place. I know how to shut it off. And I could be looking at a person and don't hear one word they're saying, because I don't want it to affect my vision. Because it's not about me so much as it is about my audience, what I'm putting before them. Because like I tell you, as authors, as entrepreneurs, you have a responsibility to your audience. Because when we speak into people's lives, either through our message or our products or services, okay, whether it's a written message or a speaking message or a leader, okay, whatever you over, you have a great responsibility. Because what you saying could change or will change the trajectory of somebody's life. So you always have to make sure that it is of value and it's going to benefit your audience without tearing them down. And if there is a tear down, it's a tear down with the message that it comes to show them a better way or teach them a better way, to root out those old belief systems, to give them an understanding where now they could see what you saw for them that they couldn't see for themselves, to take them on the other side so they could have that aha moment. Not only for that person, your audience that is directly for, but the people that surrounds that audience, whether it's family or friends or co-workers or classmates or neighbors. And then also for generations to come. See what grand responsibility you have? See why you're not insignificant? See why you're not a nobody? Okay? And I told you about that. Some of these silly songs, I don't care if they're secular songs or if they're in the church. Okay? Don't sing certain things. Don't say certain things. Because you want a sound mind. You don't want it to come and, challenge who you are. Let me ask you that question. Who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you have any idea of how powerful you are? And how to use your mind in order to lift up people, in order to help people. And I'm talking about your audience. Okay? Yo, that's value there. That's value. That should lift you up right now, what I'm telling you. The brilliance that's on the inside of you. You are brilliant. You might can't see it because maybe it's just covered up. Multifaceted. Like with a diamond. Okay? A diamond. Before a diamond is cleaned up and cut, it's just like, piece of dirt, a piece of coal is just there. But maybe some things are covering you up. So I'm trying to uncover those things to allow you to see, hey, I'm priceless. And that you are. You are priceless. You are more important than any Rolls Royce, any mansion out there, any yacht, or anything else. Okay, you are more important because you're uniquely and wonderfully made, and you have a purpose. There's a destiny for you. You have a purpose. And it's your time to make it happen. So stability, being well balanced, have solid thoughts that produce solid actions. If you're stuck in something, go back to your mindset. You don't have to be stuck no more. Velocity of a sound mind. Stability matters. You don't have to be stuck no more. You have the power to change at any time that you decide. It don't always have to be this way. You can make the change today. Just move forward. Who is there to question you? Who is there to question you? Now let's move to the next one. Conscious awareness. Okay? Being disciplined. And that's what I talked about before. Being disciplined. Discipline in your mind. Are you disciplined in your mind to make those decisions? To, catch yourself when you have those idle thoughts, to, begin thinking on something positive, something that has a good report, something that's true. Instead of, thinking about things that are lies, things that are false. Think about things that are true. Concentrate on those things that's going to move you forward on your journey to success, on that pathway to success. Think about those things. Training your mind daily. I have to constantly, just like I need to train my hair, but training your mind daily. That's very, very important. Very important to do this each and every day. It's not a one-time thing. Each day, just like you get up in the morning and you frame your day, okay? By speaking into that mirror, by looking at yourself straight in the eyes and speaking to yourself in the mirror. Learn how to train your mind. When those idle thoughts come in, when the self-defeating, limited behavior thoughts come in, just cast them down. Don't think about those things. Okay? Because you don't want to produce those negative things, those things that's going to cause blockages of you achieving your goal, that's going to cause hindrances. Instead, replace those things with good thoughts, things that's going to advance you, things that's going to help you reach your audience, things that's going to help you bring understanding to your audience. Think about those things. Okay? Conscious awareness. And I know it's a workout, isn't it? It's a workout. And that's something that we have to work at. So just don't, sit back and, just be lazy about it. Be about it. Life is short, y'all. And it's time for you. Okay? I always tell you this. It's time for you to make your millions. Everybody else is making their millions. Everybody else. And there's things inside of you that the world has not even seen yet. They have not seen yet. There's no lack in this world, number one. Okay? I want you to have that conscious awareness. There's just a lack of knowledge on how to get it. A lack of knowledge. And, you just don't repeat affirmations and not believe it, because that won't happen. Okay? Have a conscious awareness. And you have to receive things in order for it to work. You have to believe it and you have to receive it. And then it will work. But you have to work it. Work those gifts. Work those talents. Work those abilities. Work those things that's in you. And you will see fruit and the results of that work. You will see it. No doubt about it. Do what it takes to advance yourself. And deal with a stubborn attitude. Because stubbornness, it will hinder you from receiving. And all of this that I'm talking about, if you're stubborn and you just, focus on it's my way or the highway, this is the way it got to be, this has always worked, has it really always worked? If you're satisfied with it, how it's always worked, why are you in this situation complaining? Why are you stuck here? Why haven't you moved further along? So first you have to deal with a stubborn attitude. Or I'm going to work it out myself. Work on the mind. Work on the mind. Read. Invest in yourself. And what I meant by investing in yourself, if you heard the program yesterday, you need somebody. No man is an island. You don't have all the answers. There's somebody for everybody that will help you to achieve and to pull out those things that are inside of you. You can't pull them out because you can't see them. You can't see them. Because you're focused on something that's totally different. And you're not even seeing the good in you. That's why a lot of times people are taken advantage of. You know? Then they'll say, oh, I'm tired of so-and-so calling me. They always asking me for this, asking me. They see the value in you. They're just pulling it out of you. And you giving it away for free. Okay? Where it could be making you millions. I'm just saying. Yo, there's much more to this, okay? Single-minded, not double-minded. Not confused. And you'll hear people saying that. Maybe you even said that. Oh, I'm so confused. One day they'll do it this way. The next day they're looking at, let me try it this way. Double mind. They'll believe something today, but then they won't believe it tomorrow. And a double-minded person will not receive anything good. They will not receive anything good. You have to be single-minded when I'm talking about stability matters. Single-minded. Either you believe it or you don't. Either it's a truth or it's a lie. Find out what the truth is and walk with the truth. Walk in the truth. Live your truth. Walk in your truth and stop the pretense. I know that hit the nail on the head, okay? Because walking in pretense with the mask on, now I'm not talking about the pandemic mask. I'm talking about the mask that you've been wearing for a long time, trying to please this one and please that one, trying to be this and try to be that. Why try to be something when you already are somebody, okay? You already have value and you already have work, and you just don't know it because you fail to realize who you are. You didn't take the time out to get to know yourself and to find out who you are. Isn't that sad? You tell other people, you ask other people, let me find out who so-and-so is, okay? Let me have a little talk with them to find out who he or she is. But at the same time, you fail to find out who you are. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. You fail. So now you're wavering. Now you're double-minded. Now you're undecided. Okay? You're undecided. Be a man or a woman of your word. Okay? It has to be some stability there. Stability begins in the mind. As a man thinketh, so he is. And that's a woman too. As you think in your mind, as you think in your heart, so are you. So are you. So let's be single-minded instead of double-minded. Be a man or a woman of your word, because you're only, causing confusion within yourself. Stop the pretense. Live true to yourself. Live your truth. Be your truth. Speak your truth. It doesn't matter who like it or don't like it. It just doesn't matter. Be unapologetically you. You don't have to apologize to nobody for who you are with your uniqueness. Don't apologize. Just live your truth. because it pays off, with your stability on your road to reaching your ultimate goal. Because otherwise, you're going to waver. It's going to be hit and miss. And it could be so easy, y'all. It could be so easy. Let's move to the last and final talking point. Knowing right from wrong. Okay? Knowing right from wrong. Taking responsibility. You have to learn how to take responsibility. Say, well, Gertrude, what you've been speaking about, that's me. I have no stability in my mind. I can't see. I'm so undecided. I hear what you're saying, and I just can't see it. So let me get somewhere, let me quiet myself, and let me sit back and do an inventory on myself. Just sit back and find out who I am. The velocity of a sound mind. Take responsibility. Stop blaming other people for, what you're going through or on your journey to success. They didn't call you over to, this product or that service. You decided that you wanted to go over there because, this excited you, all the bells and whistles. And after you seen that wasn't working, you jumped over here. Now you're mad at this person. Oh, they took my money and blah, blah, blah. Blase, blase. Okay? You decide. Everything points back to you. You have to stop blaming others and look at yourself. Blame yourself. If you would have done the first work, if you learn how to take responsibility, some of these things could be eliminated. So you have to stop making excuses, because the excuse lies in your corner. It's in your corner. Stop lying and pretending. Face the fact. Face fact. Stop lying and pretending. Let's have a platform, y'all, of truth. This platform is based on truth. Your platform should be based on truth. Whether it's you're that author writing that book out there, or you're that entrepreneur, either a brick and mortar or a virtual business or a leader, it should be based on truth, where you don't have to second guess. Truth. Truth shines at the end of the day. Lies and deception, that wear you down. And it causes more confusion. And it causes the mind to be unstable. And the unstable mind can receive nothing good. Nothing good. It'll only receive bad things, negative things, limited behavior, and all of those things. So live your truth. Be your truth. Walk in your truth. The truth of who you are. So, velocity of a sound mind. Stability matters. Acceleration. It accelerates you, okay? You have a power to flow. There's stability there. It keeps your mind from wandering. It keeps you from wasting time on thinking about nothing, when you could be, thinking about those things to advance you toward meeting your goals. A conscious awareness, training your mind daily. Okay, it's a daily thing. Train your mind daily. Don't get lax. Don't back up off of it, but learn how to train your mind daily. Discipline. Take some time out. Okay, take some time out. Just like you take time out for, doing things that mean nothing. Take some time out for yourself, because you're worth it. Okay, you are valuable. So take some time out, just like you would take time out for anything else. To sit back and watch TV. There's nothing wrong with watching TV, okay? But just take some time out for yourself instead of sitting there hours at a time watching something just to, entertain yourself. Take some time out to advance yourself. Advance yourself by shifting your mindset to be more focused on what you're doing on your road to success. Be single-minded instead of double-minded. Be a man or woman of your word. Don't think one way, speak another way, and act totally opposite from those two. There's no unity within yourself. You have to have unity. Unity is stability, and stability matters. Stability matters. However you are heading, whether you're unstable or you're stable, there will be a velocity. Now, it could be a sound mind or, a wavering mind. It will get you somewhere. So the question is, where do you want to end up? Where do you want to end up? I want to end up winning. How about you? And knowing right from wrong. Stop making excuses and take responsibility for yourself that you want to change. That you want to change. And before I close, I'm going to ask two questions. The first question is, are you dependable to yourself? Or are you scattered all over the place? I want you to think about that. Are you dependable to yourself? Or are you scattered all over the place? That's something that you could ask yourself. And be honest with it. Be honest about it. Remember, stop pretending. Learn to live truth. Learn to receive truth. Learn to keep truth within you. And here's the next question. Can you rely on yourself to do the right thing? Or are you dependent on confirmations and affirmations? Can you rely on yourself to do the right thing? Or are you dependent on confirmation? Well, let me get the confirmation here and I'll know if I'm doing right. Oh, I need another confirmation. Or affirmations, having somebody to affirm you. Oh, you're doing a good job. Oh, that's right. Think about that. Be truthful. Only you could answer those questions. Only you. And go from there. If you're doing the right thing, so be it. But if there's something there that you're not doing, go back and fix it. Take responsibility. So I thank you for taking time out today and, being with me today on the velocity of a sound mind and stability matters on this broadcast of Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. And I hope that, what I talked about today will help you and direct you to, stabilize your mind and stop allowing lies and negative and limiting beliefs. And all of these things are negative. Lies are negative. Negative beliefs are negative. Limiting behavior are negative things. Stop allowing those things to have a part in you traveling down your journey to success. Because I'm going to tell you, audience, you are valuable. You have worth. And it's time that you stop leaving money on the table and maximize your potential. So that's all I have for you today. But I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with me here today. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. But remember this. This is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.